Look, very, very proud of our team. We talked this morning about what we expected from today's game, which was absolute battle. And we talked today about how that's what we want, right? We don't want not looking for something easy, not looking for something that's we can chill, because I think we're not trying to chill. We're on a mission here to win a championship, and so I want to be tested. I thought it was a great test for us. I thought we found out some things about ourselves today, in the sense of we need to be able to guard. Those two guards are really good. We struggled to guard them. So it gives us something to get better at, instead of walking away and just with a smile on our face. Like we got to get better. So I'm really pleased with the whole day. We bent, we didn't break. We came through in the clutch. Jamia played great. Susha played great. And I'm really proud of Jamia. She had back-to-back games where just didn't get a lot of minutes, and I'm really proud. She came in and we needed her today, and she came through clutch. That three was clutch. And she's been doing that her whole career. So it just rewards her sacrifice that she's been going through. So I'm really I'm excited about that, and glad we got to win, and we're going to have one more of these.
Let's start with Jamia. I think before she even played a game here, you talked about how that was a kid who could put up 20 in the snap of a finger, and this year she's not taking as many shots as she's taken previously in her career because of the makeup of this roster. Were you kind of waiting for her to have one of these games where she did just kind of like take over for a certain amount of time, and when you really needed her to?
Yeah, I hoped, right? And full transparency, last time we played Georgia State, she played under 15 minutes, and she came in, and like any player can do with me, is like, hey, just kind of curious, like, what didn't I do well, right? And that's okay. I don't mind, right? I'll tell you. You might not like the answer, but it was like, look, your defense and your efficiency. And she played really good defense today, and she's efficient 6 for 9, right? Like that's what she needs to be for this team. And she is an example, and will be a future example of what a team first mentality is, because I do think she could be on our team like other people on our team, and I could get her 18 shots a game, right? Really, I could. And she's not the only one, but I'm just so glad she got, again, maybe it does help her probably that Georgia State's press breaking, and I can't hold the joystick as much as I want to hold the joystick. So it's like, you guys got to make some plays here, and she did. She's always been great at that. And I'm just proud of her, man. I think she's had to just really sacrifice a lot, and for it, she's due for one of these, right? And I'm glad we got it today. We needed every bit of it today. But she is due for it. I don't know if I was waiting for it, but she's kind of due for that, I thought.
And now that there's one game to go, like to go 18-0 would be unprecedented in this. In the next conference and this program. I mean, there's been some 12-0 conference seasons. Like, what would it mean anything special? You talked about how the tournament is the thing for you, but to do the 18-0, would that mean anything extra for you?
Look, yes and no, right? I'm not going to give you coach speak that it's not something that would be memorable for me, but it's got to be followed up by something. Right, for it to be like memorable, right? You ask the New England Patriots about that, okay? You ask it, like, right? They do all that stuff and they lose to the Giants in the Super Bowl. It's like, what is that, right? So yeah, I think it's a special opportunity. I think it's something that I'm interested. Like, that'd be great. Great. It's a reason to play your heart out. Other than it's senior night, yeah, I want you to play your heart out for your seniors too. But like, yeah, play your heart out, man. And there's so many reasons to play your heart out. And this could be one of them, is that you could do something that no one else has done. And I think that part is cool. But very honestly, it's like, great, celebrate that. And like, all right, let's go. Like, we gotta finish this the right way, and it's go time. And we'll all those 18, right? You're 0-0 as soon as Friday at 9:12 p.m. You're 0-0, right? So Yeah, I think it'd be a cool thing and be a feat that I would remember. But I really believe this team won't be satisfied or happy unless we're playing an NCAA tournament. Is it ever, Kurt? Is it ever? 18-0? That's not. Yeah. Okay, good, fine. Whew. Okay. Right. Okay. Sorry.
Leading up to this game, you're talking about how you just played Georgia State a week ago and you're expecting to see some changes from them. I'm just curious if you saw any of those changes and what they were.
Yeah, I thought offensively they were they did a really good job. We were switching 1 through 4. I thought they did a really good job picking matchups, right? So they'd get it till they got Tolliver on Peyton, right, and then drive Peyton, or they would pitch until Henderson got on somebody and they row or whoever they wanted to. I thought they were really good about picking their matchups, and I think that's a good coach. I got a lot of respect for Gene Hill. I don't know, I don't know how he's probably mad as all can be right now, but like I think they're good, man. I think they run good stuff. But that's the thing I noticed. I think whatever plan there was defensively, I think got thrown off because we got Matthews in foul trouble so quick. But they certainly – it sounds crazy. I thought they paid way more attention to our post players. We just outsized them in that way, right? I thought they were doubling down and they made it hard, but we've been working a lot on post-repost because everybody seems to be doubling down on us. So some of that stuff, I don't know defensively what changed with his game plan because of the foul trouble, but offensively I thought he was really good picking his matchups.
Can you talk a little bit about Susha's performance, especially like how important it was since some of Peyton's shots weren't falling?
Yeah. Susha got his goal. Susha had great bounce today. And I thought made her own adjustments against Matthews. She went to her right hand quite a bit instead of her left, and I don't know if that was a conscious choice. I don't know if that was a read. We'll find out when I watch film with her. But I thought she was really good. Early on, there was a play, and they were just like hitting each other, and it was one of those ones like we talked about. We just watched film on this. Like use your mobility. You're more mobile than her. Use your mobility a little bit, and I thought she was really coachable through that too. So I thought really she was due for a game like this, and I'm glad it came today. We really exploited the size, and she was a big part of that. You can try to exploit the size if she's coming up empty, it won't work. But you're talking about, she's 6 for 9 and she draws 9 fouls. Like it's pretty elite. So yeah, she had a great day.
Yeah, a lot of free throws in the second half. Obviously, that's just how the game played out. But game 14 and 16 combined from Barnes and Kozlova. Talk about the advantage that gives when, some of your bigger players are being able to convert the line.
Yeah, it's crucial, right? We wouldn't have won with it without. You're making almost 30 free throws. But I thought they were both clutch in that sense. And even P, I know she went 2 for 4 when she's probably talking to herself about it. But I thought we were just. I think it's just going to be tough to beat us, right? And however that comes to be, today it was a free throw line, and you don't ever want to take that part for granted, making free throws. But I thought those two were really good as far as closing the game out. And
you mentioned a little bit, but could you talk a little bit more about how Mahogany Matthews and then just the foul trouble, how that changed the complexion of the game? Yeah, just there's thin, right? So you take her out of the game, she gets her 2 quick ones. Dead gets the third. I thought Patience Williams is trying to get in there, but we fouled her out too. And so it's like they're just it's the exact right. They want to exploit their guards and use their guards, and we want to exploit our size, right? And I just thought we barely won the battle today in that because you foul both of them out, and it's like Rossini, I would assume that's how you say her name. She's that's not equipped for her to go down there and battle with Susha. That's not what anybody would put in their game plan. She's not a 5, right? So I thought we really got to their lack of depth with the foul trouble and with the inside presence. So I guess we won the battle. But Henderson and Tolliver, man, they're good. They're really good. Good. I guess. You waved it off, but you got a bonus question.
I'm going to use the screen, okay? In looking at their guards and the way they play, it looked like they were hard to guard. You opened your statement of that. How can you guard them better? It looks like they were a step. They get you turned just a little bit, and then they're by you as soon as you can. What can you do to kind of counter that?
It's just a little bit more of the team idea, right? And so they're very different. Like Crystal is here probe, here probe, here probe, gone. And she's going to the rim most of the time. Now, she surprised me and hit she hit 3 threes, but she hit 2 back-to-back threes, and I was like, come on, man. But Tolliver, it's different too, right? Tolliver wants to get to her mid-range spot and rise up. She's very strong. So, like, I think understanding the difference, one, right? They're not the same kid. They're not shooting the same shots. But then you shouldn't be able to get to the rim on us ever. So now we've got help. We've got somebody helping the helper. And if they kick it out and now you got Maya Williams hitting a shot, okay. But, like, I just didn't think we did that well enough. So, like, our team defense gaps, our help size, we call them smashes. I thought those were just not as good as they could be. But that is a credit to them because it's not easy it's not easy to be there. All right, they're doing all the 5-out stuff, and you take Matthews out, who also can shoot the 3, made 2 today, wonderful. But that takes Susha out of her element, which is usually being on the block and able to help from the block. Right now, I don't know where she is, right, because Matthews is moving around. So it's a good game plan. It's tough, but my answer to your question is better gaps, better smashes from whoever was supposed to be in that position. You can't get to the rim.
Coach, with senior night coming up on Friday, how do you navigate the emotions in the next 2 days of practice?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. I think you're going to have some pretty high emotions, and I think you're going to have some people that are just okay. I don't know how people are going to be. If you asked me how Kiki was going to be on her senior night, I knew she was going to be emotional. So I don't exactly know, but it'll be different. And I think I want it to be special for them. Whether you're Roe and you've played here a year or you've been here 5 years and you're Anna and Jamia, right? It looks like we're going to have Olivia Mullins able to play. Not a lot of minutes, but it looks like we're going to be able to start her. I'd really like to do that for her. And I said, look, I'm not promising you 20 minutes here, but a start would be cool. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to deal with that. But I think it's just another challenge we're going to overcome, is that maybe the emotion, maybe the start of the game. I mean, we had some games where, Lexi and Coop and Smalls' senior night, it was boo-hoo crying for minutes. It was like, come on. So it was just a slow start, but I would like to not do that with all the other things going on.
I won't ask you about Monroe specifically, but what do you want to see differently from your team going into Friday? Well,
yeah, I know they got some good guards. I don't know a lot about their team because I really have not watched them at all, and it's a West team. Jacayla Johnson's awesome. In the games that I've watched other people, she's very, very noticeable. So it's a good test, right? We just played 2 good guards. Now we're going to play some other good guards. Let's make sure we can take care of us because you can't – I don't want to be giving up 74 points a game. I don't think that's a recipe for winning a conference tournament, right? Your defense has to be really good. So that's what we'll be stressing.
And just final thoughts on the new bracket as you are about to enter the Sun Belt tournament.
I love it, man, but I don't, do I love it yet? I don't, it's not, there is a difference, right? We would play Friday instead of Sunday, but it's not a massive difference in that sense. It's hard for me to answer because I just haven't been through it yet. It is weird though, man, because I think we're going to go down there Thursday. And so you're talking about, it's probably 6 to 8 teams by the time we get there that are going to be gone, which is different. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it gives us the advantage I think we've earned as a 1 seed, and that's what you hope comes through for you. Is now you got legs.
Yeah, I just when I'm looking at the team schedules and everybody's got March 4th through the 10th on their thing. JMU schedule says March 9th. Is that's got to be a relief to be able to sit back and watch
Definitely.
5 days of basketball.
Definitely. It really is. And I think with our team especially, they're mature, so I think they can come in and be ready to play, but probably need the rest. And so, like, I'm looking forward to give them some rest, have a little bit of fun. And then it's crazy. You haven't had many practices this year where we can – like, we haven't worked on a 2-3 zone in forever. Maybe next week, while we have a little bit of time where we don't even know who we're going to play, maybe we could do that. Maybe we can work on a little press, something. Like right now, it's basically because we're a little bit older, we're one-day prepping a lot of these games. You're not going to play around with the zone in a one-day prep. So I am looking forward to that part.